Thank God the Blue Jays were able to come out with a victory tonight. With all the horrificness to do with the Toronto Maple Leafs this evening, I needed something positive in my life. And the Blue Jays gave us that. With a 5-4 victory over the Yankees tonight, and they've won the series, and at the very worst, they hit the road to San Diego with a split 3-3 between the York Yankees and Blue Jays in the first two series of the season, and you split the 4-gamer at the Trop. So you're 500 against AL East teams to start the season, even if you lose tomorrow. Not bad whatsoever. However, when you win the first two games, you want that finale. And we'll talk about that very shortly. But they won tonight 5-4. It got real sweaty near the end. You know Jordan Romano's back when he gives you a sweaty save, but somehow gets the job done. And right from the get-go, you could tell Yusei Kikuchi was dialed in. Top of the second inning, Jose Trevino hits an RBI single to left field. Giancarlo Stanton scores, and for the love of God, Jansen gets the play at the plate. Great throw from Schneider. All Jansen had to do was catch the baseball, and Giancarlo Stanton ran basically right into him. Would have been an out easy peasy. Probably wouldn't even slid. It was that out. And he dropped the ball. And you're down 1-0. And with this offense, you really never know what you're going to get. But what you could tell early on is the approaches at the plate against Carlos Rodon were exceptional. They made him throw a ton of pitches. He threw 4 innings. 4 innings and threw a total of, hold on here, 101 pitches. Are you kidding me? He threw like 30 in the first inning. He was at like 70 by like the beginning of the third. It was nuts. Great at bats all game long. Just really wish they could get that one big, bases clearing double, or hell, like Varsho did a few days ago, the grand slam. They had opportunities to have the big inning, and they didn't do so. And that's kind of what we've seen all year long to this point. And I understand they won today, but that is still a glaring issue for this team, is the inability to get that big hit. Like, sure, they had some decent hits, like Vladdy 2-run single. Great. But you had so many chances to score, and especially in the bottom half of the third inning, where Justin Turner comes up, but before his at-bat, Bo comes up with the bases loaded and nobody out. And he strikes out looking on a breaking ball in the outside corner. Okay, and then Turner drives one to center field. I thought initially it was going to be gone just because his reaction off the bat, but it's caught by Aaron Judge just shy of the warning track. And sure, Varsho comes in to score, and you're up 1-0, or you tie the game at 1. Great, but that's all you get. In a bases loaded, nobody out situation, all you get is a sac fly, and it's like, man, like, come on, like these against the Yankees, you cannot just let them hang around when you have opportunities to bury them, right? And it almost came back to haunt you today. Bottom of the fourth inning, Vladdy comes up with the bases loaded and 2 out. And at this point, he's had some really good at-bats against Carlos Rodon. At this point, I think he already had a walk and a single and some really long at-bats. He saw him really good today. And he ends up swinging at a ball. Well, I don't know where the pitch was, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And drives it up the middle. Both of his singles, and I understand people are like, well, it's on the ground. Agreed. And I still hate it. Because Bo's RBI single today was a ground ball up the middle. So still not great. But the fact that Vladdy was able to get 2 hits into the middle of the field, ripped, it's solid. It's a step in the right direction. I'm hoping he can build off of it. He got dumped today by Justin Turner. And honestly, well-deserved. Even though I think like Yusei Kikuchi deserved it and stuff like that. But Vladdy had a couple hits, couple walks, looked really good. Had a big 2-run single with 2 out, may I add. Good. Now I want to see the angle of the baseball rise a bit. Because if he's going to hit it as hard as he did those 2 singles and raise the ball, those are going to be doubles. Those are going to be home runs. Because the Blue Jays at this point have 5 home runs in 8 games at home. It's just, it's not good enough, man. I understand being like, well, that's just not what this team is. You got to be able to hit some long balls. And they just haven't. However, with the Vladdy 2-run single in the 4th, the Jays get the lead. It's 3-1. Then, in the bottom half of the 6th inning, stuff gets crazy. Okay? Let's start with it. Here we go. Ernie Clement rips a double to left field. Great stuff. And then Isaiah Kiner-Falefa hits a chopper to Gleyber Torres. But Ernie's running on the hit. And Gleyber tries to go to third, and the umpire calls him out, but right away, Ernie and Carlos Fabulous, the third base coach, point into the dugout, and they go to review. You see the replay. It looks like you missed him completely. And they overturn the call. Ernie's safe at third. IKF's up at first. He runs in the corners with nobody out. Again, a chance to do damage. Then Varsho strikes out. And you're like, okay. And Nick Birdie goes out there to pitch for the Yankees, taking over for Luke Weaver. IKF steals second, and when he does, the throw goes down to, I think it was Gleyber Torres, and it goes off his glove. And when it does, Ernie Clement takes off home, and he's safe. So great stuff there. And Vladdy flies out to right field, and then Bo Bichette hits a single to center field, a chopper up the middle that finds a hole. IKF scores, and I'm like, okay, this is great. You've got some runs on the board. You're up 5-1. It's awesome. For the love of God, it's 3 base hits up the middle that have driven in runs. It's just, or 2 base hits that have driven runs up the middle. It's like, okay. I mean, great. I'd like to see a double driving in 2, but I guess we'll take it. In any game you can get a W against the interdivisional rival, especially against the New York Yankees, you will take it. Now, things got hairy. Trevor Richards goes out there in the 7th inning, and 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And I'm like, oh boy. Now, he gets Jose Trevino to ground out, which is great. Sure, 1 run scores, but you got 1 out now. Then Oswaldo Cabrera hits a sacrifice fly. Yes, a run comes in to make it 5-3, but now you've got 2 out. Richards then gets out of the inning. Jimmy Garcia against 2-3-4, Soto, Judge, and Stanton. All pop-ups. Beautiful job from Jimmy Garcia yet again. And we go to the 9th inning, and you see Jordan Romano come out. And we're like, okay, there were some question marks. Our group chat, if you don't know the Blue Jays Center page, go follow up the page, and the Blue Jays Center YouTube page, The Sick Podcast. Yeah, we've been doing podcasts twice a week. And if you want to check that out, guys, go. It's awesome. I thoroughly enjoy doing it. One of the guys on there, Cole, was talking about matchups and wanted to go Genesis Cabrera in that situation. And I'm like, boy, going out there in a safe situation, only up 2 runs. Genesis Cabrera's got a 9.5 ERA this season. And yes, I understand there's 2 lefties coming up, but that's a crazy one. But also, Jordan Romano hasn't pitched in the big leagues this year. So, these are 2 horrible situations. They're awful situations. But they go to Jordan Romano. Gets all the lights, gets all fired up. And then, I think, who was it, Verdugo? No, it was Rizzo. Rizzo lines out to Dalton Varsho, lays out to make a great catch. Him and Davis Schneider with 2 incredible catches today. There's 1 away. But then he hits Gleyber Torres. And you're like, okay, now the tying runs are, basically, the tying run? No, sorry, excuse me. The tying run is coming to the plate now. And Alex Verdugo drills one down the right field line. Initially thought it was going to be gone. But it bounces on the warning track. It's a double. Verdugo at second and third now with 1 out. And we're like, oh, God. It's getting stressful. And you can smell it, right? You can smell that top of the lineup looming. I don't care how bad they've been in the first 2 games of this series. They are looming. And he gets Jose Trevino to ground out. Beautiful play from Ernie Clement. Yes, 1 run scores. You're up 5-4. You got 2 out. The tying run is 90 feet away. And Oswaldo Cabrera hits a ground ball to IKF to end the ball game. Thank God. Romano doing Romano things. Making us sweat like absolute crazy, but somehow figuring out a way to get the save. And you win it. 5-4 over the Yankees. It wasn't pretty, and the offense still not great, but you won the ball game. You won 2 or 3 against the Yankees at the very least. We'll take it, absolutely. Player stats, let's get to it now. Offensively, Springer 1 for 3, walked twice. He's been on base machine. Him and Vladdy are 346 OBPs. Justin Turner at 452. It's pretty nuts. And Georgie went 1 for 3, really nice base hit to center field. Also had a really nice hit in the 9th inning or 8th? No, the 8th inning. Line drive right at the center fielder. Vladdy obviously 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, walked twice, got on base 4 of the 5 times that he came to the plate. So much better effort here. And I want to see this continue for Vladdy. Bo 1 for 4 with a walk in the game, but also had some tough approaches that I wasn't a fan of. But again, so be it, production. 1 for 3 with an RBI for Justin Turner. And the bottom of the order got it done. Ernie Clement, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored. Big stuff from him. Dalton Varsho, isn't it fitting when you use him in the game? Yeah, Rodon's a lefty. Who cares? 1 for 3, 2 runs scored, and a walk for Varsho today. Great stuff from Dalton in this one. Pitching-wise, holy smokes, Yusei Kikuchi. Scared the hell out of us in that 6th inning as he's grabbing his side, and we're like, no, you've been dialed in. Our rotation's been solid recently. The last thing we need is for him to go down. Because then Alek Manoah would be sniffing the big leagues. And we all know the confidence level the Jays fans have in him right now. Yusei, waves off John, waves off the trainer and his interpreter, and he's like, no, enough of that. See you, fellas. And then he gives up a base hit to Soto, and we're like, okay. And they go out and talk to him again. And he's like, nope, get away from me. And he gets Judge, he gets Rizzo, he gets Stanton to end the 6th inning. An absolute dog is Yusei Kikuchi. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 9 punch-outs. His dominance over the New York Yankees continues as he was electric all game long. Trevor Richards, not great. Inning of work, a lot of hit and the walk, 2 runs scored, had a strikeout, not great. Jimmy Garcia continues to be lights out, clean inning of work, no base runners, nothing doing there. And obviously Jordan Romano, a lot of hit a batter, and gave up a run, but nothing more. Picks up his first save on the season, and the Blue Jays win it 5-4. Now, we go to tomorrow for the finale of the series. Marcus Stroman gets the hill for the Yankees. He was really good in his last outing against the Blue Jays in the Bronx. Let me pull that up right here. 6 shutout innings against the Blue Jays his last time out against the Bluebirds. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. And Kevin Gausman gets the ball for the Blue Jays. We all know what's happened with him. Great first start at the Trop. But his last 2, they've been forgettable. And very, very forgettable. Let's see how he looks tomorrow. That's all I got to say. All right? So you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the win today, because yes, we made us sweat, but a win is a win. Hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, all that stuff. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I'll talk to you guys, I guess, Leafs edition tomorrow night. I mean, they play a game tomorrow. The last game of the season. Who cares? Let's get through it. And as for the Blue Jays, the finale of the 3-game set against the Bronx Bombers at Rogers Center. Marcus Stroman, Kevin Gausman is the pitching matchup there at 3:07. As the Blue Jays like to bring out the brooms, I'd love to bring mine out. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the dub tonight. I'll talk to you guys then.